Everyone. This is Rod Larson, Chief Executive Officer of Shopley. I'm happy to be here with you tonight, and I am joined out of the gate by Executive Director from APAC, Rachel McVinish. Hi, how are you doing today?
Good. Welcome, guys. How are we all?
It's good to have you here. Everyone, while you're coming on, as we like to do, please jump into the Q&A and give us a shout out from wherever you are joining the Zoom from, whether you're in the United States or you're in Europe. There's going to be a few folks coming in from Australia. It's morning there, clearly, because Rachel is here with us. So welcome. Tell us where you're joining us from, and we'll be joined in just a minute by our president, Nick Sarnicola, who will be running the call tonight. So hello from Tennessee. Hello from Curacao. Nice to see you both and happy to have you here with us tonight. Now's a good time also to send a text out to anybody who is not on yet, from your team, from Crossline, from Upline, from wherever. Now's the time to send it out. We've got some good stuff going on. Today is a snapshot, so you'll hear from Nick and others about the company and what we're all about at Shopley. And of course, we record all of our snapshots and then replace the most recent ones into our thread. If you haven't heard yet, there's a great new location where you can see all of these things called shopleyhub.com. That's shopleyhub.com. You'll be able to see all of the latest and greatest presentations that are coming up and that are posted so that you can use them as you're building your teams. So again, welcome from looks like I think Tennessee, also from Texas. Thank you for joining us. Everyone else, jump into the Q&A and jump on. Tell us where you're joining us from. Today is Tuesday, our traditional day for our snapshot. Stacy, how's the weather down there? How's things going with the team? Or excuse me, not Stacy, it's Rachel. How's the weather down there? How's things going with the teams in Australia?
Look, we are really excited down here. As you know, we've got, some vendors that are really excited, but right now it's all about, having those discussions and out there talking to people of influence, and most of everyone on our call tonight are people of influence. So, we're just out there having those discussions and seeing some real excitement. I think Shopley 3.0 is really, I see it as it's a real blend of a few issues that we've seen popping up in different markets, and I just, for me, Shopley is a fix for all of those issues built into one. And that's a lot of the feedback that I'm getting from discussions I'm having from a lot of other leaders, and the excitement is really growing, and that is really, really good to see.
I agree. I recently reached out to several of the leaders that I've worked with over the last 10 years or so of my career. And the things that I approach them with are some of the feedback that we're getting from all of the leaders that are having discussions right now with existing members of the Shopley team as we're running through this invite timeframe and rolling up into the enrollment timeframe, which will happen in the first few days of September. So the same types of discussions are happening around the world with people, leadership out there. Nick will talk about some of this when he comes on to present tonight. But some of those things that I've noticed deal with leadership burnout, with people in other markets, other companies, where there's trends going down. I recently did some research and found that over the last 5 years, seven out of the top, they call them the Ultra Nine, right? The bigger nine companies that are in our industry that are public, seven out of the nine have retracted year after year for the last 5 years. And so there's some issues in the industry. And so that plus old school comp plans, plus some other issues dealing with, the trend moving towards social media, moving towards influencing, all those things are putting us in a position here where those that see the vision right now and those that see it over the next little bit are going to really be able to reap the benefits of that, because it's a very, very cutting edge platform that we're working on. I've spent the day today working with technology folks, everyone else. A lot of excitement happening here that those of you out talking with folks and introducing the concept might never hear about. It's my pleasure to keep those issues and those challenges from you guys, because it's what I do. as a CEO and as management team. So, but it's exciting. We feel very, very strongly about where we're working towards right now. So, folks, we're gonna welcome Nick here in just a minute. Now's a good time for you if you haven't sent one final text out to your team members, cross line in your organization, invites that you've had who talked to you via text over the last couple of days. Say, yeah, they'd love to join you on the snapshot. Now's the time. Send out a text, have them join us. We'll be joined here in just a second by our president, Nick Sarnicola. So happy to spend a minute with you, Rachel. We don't get to do this usually on Zooms. Are you on? I see you
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I'm here.
Thank you. Fantastic. So, folks, we are just really, really excited about what's happening right now in the Shopley world, the Shopley ecosystem, if you will. A lot of good things happening. Nick, we welcome you. I know you're just bouncing right off of one presentation into the standard snapshot presentation for Tuesday night. So, thanks for spending a minute with us. Go ahead.
Hey, my pleasure. I just got done presenting to a group via Zoom. They were all together in one room in French Polynesia, Tahiti.
Ooh.
Yes, Tahiti.
Outstanding.
So, Rachel, I hope you're ready to support that over there.
Nick, I will be more than happy to head to Tahiti whenever
I
you tell
know
me
you're
to,
a team
okay?
player. You're a team
I
player.
am.
I
I'll take
appreciate
one for
that.
the team.
You know, somebody's got to do it. Might as well be you.
That's right.
Okay, let's dive in. Everyone here, you are here because you're a person of influence. You've been successful at something already in your life. That's why you've been invited to this. This is not a little snapshot for, you know, the average everyday person. This is a snapshot of what we're doing at a high level for people that have already been successful in business or life in one way, shape, or form prior to making it to this call. So we respect you and we thank you for, you know, who you are and what you've done. And excited to share with you guys the information. So diving right in. I'm Nick. I live in Miami, dad of two, 27 years in entrepreneurship. And my last company built a multi-billion-dollar company worldwide. And the gentleman that ended up buying that company, you know, brought to me an idea called Shopley. He said, look, I've got a couple of rock star folks in Australia alongside of Rod Larson ready to launch something. And, you know, we want you to dive in as well and help get this company off the ground. And I said, well, tell me all about it. And the more I heard about it, the more it was just, it's one of those things, it's like Inception. You know, once it gets in your head, you can't get it out. Like it just, once you hear about it and you really understand it, everything else that you look at is just kind of like, it's nothing compared to what, you know, what this idea is. And that's what I hope to leave you guys all with tonight. I'm going to try to do it, you know, as quickly as I can. But the idea, you know, of Shopley is creating a software as a service globally, you know, really uniting e-commerce store owners with great team builders, with folks that social media influencing, and maybe even people that are good at business development. You know, realistically, you could argue that for people that are extremely talented, the best of the best, not average everyday folks that are just going to, you know, poke around at something, but people that are really going to go after something aggressively, there's 4 ways to make a 6 or 7 figure a year income for the most talented people. And there's 4 ways to make a 5-figure annual income. There's 4 ways to make a 3-figure annual income if you're not really going to do anything. But the cool part is you could tap into all 4 or just tap into one. We're looking for people with products that get connected through business development style people to our team builders and our social media influencers who are out there getting customers like crazy all over the world. Let's talk about how. First things first, we are leveraging social commerce. Make no mistake about it, it's the fastest industry to $1 trillion. How much of social commerce, $1 trillion this year, will you and your family be getting paid off? Big question. What is social commerce? It's using your profile to make a post and to make a transaction. If you use your profile on any social media outlet to make a transaction, that is social commerce. In fact, a social commerce ecosystem as defined by Accenture states that users getting connected to small businesses through creators and influencers and resellers on a platform. That's a social commerce ecosystem. Well, guess what we are? We're a platform uniting small brands through influencers and creators up to these users here. So the end game here, guys, is customers. But how do we get millions of customers worldwide to these small brands? That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, a subcategory of social commerce is live commerce. Live commerce is TikTok shop. Well, how big can that be, Nick? Well, I don't know. Amazon, the second most valuable company in the world, is now $2.5 trillion, said, shoot, we ain't never going to beat TikTok at live commerce. Why don't we partner with them and be the back-end engine to all those transactions? That's a pretty big sign when Amazon jumps in the game. If you want to know if you understand it from an individual level, how big is live commerce? Stormy Steele, she sold $1 million in one day on TikTok. Zen Zhang, she sold $2 million a day for a week straight. And Li Jiang, on a 12-hour live stream, sold $1.5 billion of lipstick. I'm sorry, what? You did what? $1.5 billion of lipstick in 12 hours? Nothing like that's ever been done in the history of the world, guys. Like, this is nuts. It's crazy. And that's why we're aggressively building a platform to tap into, these pieces of the business. So what does our platform do? Well, when we go live here, our app on September 15th, less than 30 days, it will be live on Shopify App Store, fully into Shopify. If Shopify is, they are now reverse. They are now all right, come on, pen. They're now a $170 billion a year company, not industry, company. They're a $170 billion a year company. I'll put that right here. They're publicly traded, so it's very easy to go look at their data. They have 5 million stores and growing like crazy in 175 countries. What we're doing is we're activating these 5 million stores, any of them that want to partner with us to do marketing and sales for them. So Shopify allows you to build a store for e-commerce, use their checkouts, have some cool management tools, software, shipping softwares and tracking tools. What we do is we create traffic, we create conversion, and we do sales leadership of people that want to sell stuff for stores all over the world. Now, what does that mean to a vendor? What do vendors want? Number one is they want exposure. So we're going to drive dozens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of eyeballs to the stores of vendors. Number two is we're going to convert. We're going to get you sales out of those eyeballs. Number three is you're not going to pay us until we get you a sale, which gives you a predictable cost of acquisition. And number four, a vendor who is smart, who wants to launch their own affiliate channel eventually to their own customer base, can leverage our software to go do that. What does this mean to an influencer? Well, to an influencer, it means they can go to one software and have thousands of vendors and tens of thousands of products in one place. They don't got to sign up in 20 different companies as an ambassador for 20 different companies. They don't got to track 20 different commissions. They don't got to chase 20 different monies. One place, all done for them, and with extreme transparency. They know what they sell. They get 100% of the direct bonus offered to them. And if they have copycats out there, they can actually refer their copycats into our business model and get paid for that too. Now, for the record, we're not chasing celebrity influencers or mega influencers or macro influencers. We live in the nano influencer space, 1,000 to 10,000 followers who are most authentic with highest engagement. And if that's you, great. If it's not, we also teach people how to become a nano influencer. So even if they don't know how to do it, we will educate at the highest level on how to do it. Now, here's an idea of what our marketplace will look like. You're going to see a marketplace that's got categories, it's got stores, it's got products. And again, we're going to start with several hundred to 1,000 on day one, and we will never look back from that day forward. We'll continue to grow. And what will happen is when you click into a store, this is our old marketplace, but at least it gives you an idea. That's the new one is significantly sexier. I'm excited to reveal it to you guys. I'm going to zoom into this area here. What would happen if you're logged in is you'll have sharing tools and rewards. What this says is, oh, I can make $12 direct bonus to refer a fresh faced kit for Bell and Capri. Well, imagine that times tens of thousands of offers. You might be offered $100 to sell a piece of a watch, or $50 to sell some sunglasses, or 10 sell a sub. Going to be all over them, but you're going to have clarity. And in this example, Stacy clicked Facebook, and it made a Facebook post for Stacy. And if she sold 20 units, she made $240. And all of the, she could hit the copy button right here. She could go to her Instagram Live, put that link in her Instagram Live, tell everyone that's watching Instagram Live, hey, click the link, buy now. And every single product is individually attributed to every single affiliate influencer who accesses our software. Pretty stinking cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna pause there for a moment. Rachel, I'm gonna bring you on just as another voice here. Why don't you take a couple minutes to speak to social commerce, live commerce, or the opportunity for our social media influencers here in the future once we go after them. Even though most people watching this today are probably watching this from a team builder perspective, maybe you can give some insight as to where the world's going.
Yeah, look, I've seen, Nick, I think what we've seen over the last 5 years is a real shift in the way people shop. Gone are the days where people follow a huge influencer. There's a lot of trust lost in that. People know that they're just being paid huge amounts of dollars to promote product. What we've really seen is the rise of the nano influencers, and that's what really excites me about what we're doing here at Shopley, because a nano influencer have worked really hard in creating that human connection. They've got that authentic relationship, and they've built a community with people that align with them and work well with them. And I think what we've created here is a real unique opportunity in giving those nano influencers unlimited access to multiple brands that they can manage in the one place, because ordinarily they would not be able to secure all of these different contracts with all of the different brands, let alone manage them, because it just is too difficult. And what I really love about it is they'll be able to come onto Shopley and work with the brands that align with them, that align with their brands, and that work in synergy with their own personal brand. And, whilst it's not a focus for us now, we're working on those people of influence. I think it is going to be a huge part of Shopley's growth coming off the back of our October 15th launch. So I'm really, really excited about the opportunity for nano influencers moving forward.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it, guys. We're going to keep this whole thing rolling. We're going to stop at different points, bring on some different speakers to check in. So we talked about what are the opportunities for a store that wants to be on our software. We talked about what's the opportunity for an influencer that wants to be on our software. Well, one of the biggest opportunities for people that want to go out there and make a great residual income, leveraged income, etc., is going to be our customer rewards model. We're going to have two different models. One will be a rewards customer. The other will be rewards plus. The rewards customer model is going to come out, end of Q1, but our rewards plus opportunity or vehicle is going to be ready the day one of the marketplace going live, which is October 15th. And what is this going to mean? Well, what we've noticed is that when it comes to rewards platforms, there's membership based, there's cashback models, and there's network marketing models. And we realize we actually are positioned in the middle of all three, and we're positioned more successfully. For example, here's your best 3 rewards companies up here, and you're looking at 1% to 6% on average. Rakuten upward 6% on average, and at 15%, 20% rewards on what we're doing. How many people could you get to just buy for themselves everyday essentials, different, different personal care items, household cleaning supplies, whatever, where they're getting cash back 10%, 15%, 20%, based on purchasing from themselves, and you're making money off all that spending. That's interesting, right? How about the big one here that everyone's going to ask, which is, what about Amazon? Well, Amazon, you're going to pay for a membership, just like you do Sam's Club and Costco, etc. But the big one is free shipping. And here's our bet. Our bet is, if our cashback rewards are in alignment, either near, equal to, or greater than the free shipping somebody would have gotten from Amazon, that they're going to choose to buy it from themselves on Shoply from the vendor that we're working with, or the merchant we're working with on Shoply, because people are ready to start taking back some of that money that's funding this $2.6 trillion company and the wealth of the second wealthiest man on the planet. How do we get some of that back into our hands, into the customer's hands, into the merchant's hands, into your hands? So that's our play. Our play is now for so much cash back rewards that it is near, equal to, or greater than, it's going to depend on the day, the product, the order size, etc. Free shipping here. Now, for those of you guys that have a little bit of direct sales networking background, I mean, love them or hate them, Amway's still $8 billion a year. They used to be 12 or 13